Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Omotara Rotimi Samuel and my YouTube channel is all about encouraging women in healthcare or looking to get into healthcare. I am a registered nurse and I have my mother here back by popular demand. She was in my last video where we were talking about being a 54-year-old nursing student. But well, now she has graduated and she has written her NCLEX and she is now working as an RN. So we have her back so she can tell us about her experience and also encourage you if you are on the path to becoming a registered nurse. So mommy, welcome back. Can you please introduce yourself to people that do not know you and also reintroduce yourself to people that already know you?
Do I need any introduction? Anyway, my name is Kate Rotimi Samuel, RN.
Okay, RN. See, I'm telling you, like, that RN behind your name, it's worth the struggle. That capital R and N, it's everything. So yeah, I'm very happy for you. I know it's been a long journey, but you made it and you are now saving lives on your license. But before we dive right into it, I apologize for the hiatus on my channel. You know, life has happened and I just have to take a step back, but I am back and I am better, and thank you guys for sticking through with me. If you are looking for anything encouragement, anything healthcare, transitioning from nursing students to being a registered nurse, nursing to medicine, you are in the right place. Let's just go ahead and dive right into our questions. We're just going to be piggybacking off our last video where we're talking about her. She was in nursing school. She just finished from Southern Crescent University, and at that point she was preparing for her NCLEX. So we're just going to start from there. How was the NCLEX? Just tell us your experience about writing the NCLEX.
Before I go into that, I just want to thank you for this opportunity to be here once again. Thank you. I would say congratulations to myself for passing the NCLEX because it wasn't easy.
How many questions did you have on the NCLEX?
I had 75 questions.
I did not have 75 questions. So let me tell you, when I said this woman is smart, I had 245 questions, I believe it was, and that 245 questions, at some point I had to be like to just answer the questions. My mistake was at the beginning, I was taking my time. I was taking my sweet precious time. I got to 75 questions. I saw the thing did not end. I said, hey, I'm in for it. 180, the thing did not end. 200, the thing did not end. And I probably had like 15 more minutes and I had like 65 more questions. So at question 200 I started hitting. I was just hitting it because I knew I had to finish. I thought the thing was going to take me all the way to 265 questions, but I did not have enough time. So at that point I was just clicking through. The strategy that I took the NCLEX with was not it, but God still helped me and I wrote the NCLEX one time. Thank you, Father. I should have worked on my timing from the beginning, which I did not.
Just what you were saying, a lot of people, you know, anxiety, most times the problem is anxiety and fear. If you have anxiety to write, you know, when you get into NCLEX, the examination hall, you feel nervous, you can't even concentrate, so you waste a lot of time, you know, thinking through your questions. No, it's not. It's very good to think through your questions very well, but don't waste time on it.
So you feel like you had good time management?
Yeah, I did. I never even had a break, you know. We had the opportunity of going on.
Yeah, I took a break. I took my break. I took my super precious time because I felt confident. I was like, okay, I know this answer. I went outside, went to go drink water, you know, ate banana. The content of the exam, I knew the content. I was confident in the knowledge that I had, but was that time management I did not prepare myself for. So that was what had me, and let me tell you, I was sweating when I came out of that exam hall when I had to like click through. It's by the grace of God today that I am a nurse, because that NCLEX, it was a beast. So congratulations to you. People that have 75 questions, they are the smart ones.
I thought I failed.
Oh yeah?
Because I didn't really know what I was doing.
But nobody really goes through the NCLEX and come out thinking that they passed. I haven't heard of anybody say, oh, I came out of the NCLEX and I passed. It will make you feel like you don't know anything. Was that not how it made you feel?
When I wrote the exam, I was like, am I sure I passed this thing? Because most of my questions were multiple questions.
Yeah, select all that applied.
Select all that are applied, you know. And I had over almost 40 questions out of the 75 questions. So I felt maybe I didn't do well, you know.
Yeah. So, if I'm not mistaken, I think they have changed the format of the exam is, I'm not sure, but you know, I don't think it's the same way anymore. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that, but that's what we heard. And I said it stopped at 245 for me and he stopped at 75 for her. How did you prepare for your NCLEX? What materials did you use?
I had a lot of materials, but to be honest with you, the one I really concentrated on was Mark Klemic. I was always listening to his videos. They are very relevant videos. If you are preparing for NCLEX, I would advise you to listen to Mark very well, because that was what really helped me. Because I subscribe to UWorld, nursing.com or something, Simple Nursing. Those ones were also very relevant. If you have too many materials, you're likely to get confused. So just focus on one.
I used Mark Klemic also. I really loved Mark Klemic. 10 over 10.
The voice kept coming, you know, you eliminate this, you read this, you do this, you know. Please, Mark was a very useful resource for me, and I think is still very useful. It's on YouTube.
Mark, if you're listening to this video, we are promoting you. So hit us up. So I used Mark Klemic and I also used UWorld. I used UWorld questions. The UWorld questions prepared me on the type of questions I would see, and then Mark Klemic prepared me on how to answer those questions.
UWorld shows you a template kind of how NCLEX would be. So it wasn't surprising to me, you know, when I was writing the exam. It was just almost the same thing, in UWorld, you know. Oh, that was the only thing I gained in UWorld, because I didn't even finish the UWorld. I didn't even get to half of it before I went in for the exam. But
then again, everybody is different. We all have different study methods. We all learn differently, so different things work for different people. So you should take our advice and also look at what works for you. You know?
The one other thing I don't want to forget is, don't delay once we are out from school. And as soon as you leave school, because everything is still fresh, just go in and write the exam. Don't waste time. I wrote it a month after I graduated.
Me too, same here.
So because the tendency that you will forget most things is there. You think you don't know a lot of things, but you do know. You have a lot of stuff in there.
For me, like as soon as I graduated May 6th. I took like a week or two off for vacation, and then I came
back to vacation. The enjoyment people carry.
Let me tell you something. Nursing school, you have to distress from it. So that was what I did. I had to distress from the whole nursing school, whatever, and then came back from vacation and just locked myself in the room, immersed myself in nothing but NCLEX material for a month. And I took the exam, and to God be the glory, we're here now. I think she took a month off.
I didn't take any vacation. I just went in.
Well, she didn't even get the luxury of a vacation, but you know, she still took a month to study. People that take 2, 3, 4 months, what are you studying? You've probably even forgotten how to even study in nursing school. So it's better to just advisable best practice to just like get it done.
Go in and write it,
That's that with the NCLEX. God be with you. But also make sure you pray, honestly, because I don't think I could have done it without God. Do you think you could have done it without God?
No. God first.
Half studying and half praying and fasting. Don't you think? That's nursing for you. Even when you're a nurse, half of you is working and half is praying to God. What specialty are you in now?
I'm in rehab setting right now. Though that wasn't part of my plan, but I'm in rehab right now.
How are you enjoying, and how did you even get into rehab nursing?
Rehab, I just stumbled into it. I'm enjoying it, but it's hard when I say rehab.
How many patients do you guys have in rehab?
The highest you can get in rehab is 13, and I know I've had 13 patients. I've had 13 patients, and the least you can have in rehab is about 6 to 7 patients.
Wow.
And I think rehab prepares you for the bigger world, you know.
In acute care, we have the maximum patients we have in Georgia is 6 patients. So it's like, even acute nurses, when you transition to rehab nursing, it takes some time for you to adjust to that workload for an acute, because I don't see myself having 13 patients.
You know, rehab is more like people coming out from acute to recover from their ailments and something. So it's not really acute, as in, you understand what I'm saying?
So you've worked at an acute care facility before. Which do you prefer?
I still prefer rehab, though the workload is much, but I still prefer rehab.
No, well, I can't really say which I prefer because I've never been to rehab, but acute nursing is all I have known. So even that 6 patients is a lot. I'm telling you, having 6 patients, that's why in my travel nursing experience, when I traveled to California and I had 4 or 5 patients, I was like, what? The next question I'll be asking is, tell us about your journey to your current specialty.
I just wanted to try rehab out. I was briefly in acute and I just wanted to try rehab to see if it's somewhere I want to stay. And honestly, though it's very stressful, I'm used to the stress in rehab. I think I'm going to stay in rehab because I plan on taking more certifications in rehab so that I can be a rehab nurse.
How has it been transitioning from being a nursing student to actually having your own patients and having to take care of patients under your own license?
Oh, when I started, it wasn't easy because what I learned, the theory is different from practice. Actually being on the floor and having your own patients. But with experience, as time goes on, you get used to it and you'll be more comfortable.
How long were you on orientation for?
I was on orientation for almost a month plus, I can't remember, because I wanted more time to get used to the setting and all that, since I never worked in a rehab before and all that. So I had the privilege of having a very good CNO, who understood light and decided to have me train more. I was on the floor and I was on training for about a month or so.
Were you nervous during training? Were you,
Oh, sure.
How was it?
Easy. You have lives, these are human lives,
Yeah.
You're going to be dealing with not, so you have to be very careful and all that. When you're on the floor, you are bound to make mistakes as a first timer.
Did you make any major mistakes that you can remember?
No major mistakes. It's just that you just have to be accurate. You have to
know what you're doing.
You really have to know what you're doing.
As a new grad, you really don't know what you're doing.
I remember after my orientation, I was given 13 patients. After orientation, 13. I'm like, where do I start from? With God, I was able to cope. And if you work in rehab, you can work anywhere. To me, that's what I keep telling people.
But those patients who have more things going on for themselves, because in rehab they're more stable than acute care. So
some of them are not.
So it kind of balances out, because that in rehab they don't have a lot going on. In acute care they have a lot going on. So tell us, what I really want us to talk about now is your experience as being a nursing student, getting on orientation, and now finally being comfortable at where you are right now. Walk us through how you were nervous, how the experience was, during orientation when you didn't know anything.
The thing is, for you to be very comfortable being on the floor, you must have very good preceptor or people around you,
A preceptor can make or break your nursing career.
I had very nice people, good people who walked me through, made things very easy for me, kind of asked questions. I say ask questions because you're dealing with lives.
Because I remember being a new nursing grad, you literally are clueless. You're going to the shift, you are shaking because it's like, I don't want to mess up. You're nervous, and I didn't start getting confident until like 2-3 years after I started working as a nurse.
First year, you might not even know what you're doing.
Yes. During your orientation time, I'm sure you were nervous and you were beating yourself up.
I was nervous. I'm like, I don't know nothing. A lot of things were not making sense to me.
I think that my advice to people in this time of their life is, you're not going to know anything. But one thing is sure, you passed the NCLEX, so you have what it takes. That should be your takeaway, that I do know something. Don't beat yourself up if you forgot to do something at the end of your shift. Be calm and learn from others. There'll be other people on the floor you can learn from. You will quickly know who you can ask for help and who you cannot ask for help. But you do not have to beat yourself up, because we've all gone through that stage.
Something I noticed again, people wanting to make you look stupid as if you don't know nothing, especially to new grads. They want to make you feel don't be discouraged. Just keep at it. Just keep doing what you're doing.
I don't even understand why old nurses are mean to new nurses, because we've all gone through that phase. Nobody came into nursing knowing what they were doing. Thank God you didn't have a bad preceptor, because I had a great preceptor. She was Nigerian. She was very
The thing is, I think when you get into it, and then just be humble and be respectful. When people see that you are humble, you are respectful, I think they will be
more willing to help you and teach you. I wanted to talk about the people that have been emailing us, asking us about how to apply apply to nursing school, I would just say that, you know, do your own research yourself, because everybody's situation is different. I went to Clayton State University and she went to Southern Christian, and really there are thousands and thousands of nursing schools out there. The requirements and all that stuff, it's just a quick search on Google. And if you have any questions after you have researched, I would be more inclined to answer any other questions. But I don't think we had any other questions for today. I really appreciate you guys and I have enjoyed myself. Thank you, mommy, for coming back to our channel. Oh, maybe there will be a part 3. I wonder what do you guys want us to talk about? What do you want her to talk about when she comes back to our channel? Thank you, mommy. Thank you, and congratulations again.
Thank you, and I'm happy to be here.
Thank you, and that's all, guys. Have a wonderful day. Stay blessed and stay safe. Bye.
Don't forget to subscribe.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel.